Alright, so here I have some templates that I've made up for the Fairlane floor. This is the right front kick pan. So I'm starting to lay it out and mark it out now, and I will walk you over and show you what I'm doing. But I'm having to make this in kinda 3 pieces, maybe 2. I might be able to make this 1. But it may be just faster to make it in 2 pieces and weld it together because they kind of go together with a kind of a compound curve kind of deal. And I will walk you over and show you where this area is. Yeah, no, that's right. And then this is the rest of it. So it sits up in, and that's the kick panel there. So that's over by the trans tunnel here. And obviously it sits different in the car, and when I had it all taped up after cutting. Okay, so that big sheet of poster board, that is this area right here. So I'm gonna have to come up pretty much from this line, come straight out and then across to get all of this beautiful, beautiful job security here out. And then the little pieces are this portion right here. So I'm definitely going to be making it in 2 pieces, this large piece and then this small piece, but I might have to make this smaller piece out of 2, so we'll just kind of have to see what I'm thinking there. Alright, so we have the first piece of our kick pan patch made, well, for the passenger side, made up and fit in. We'll just have to take some Clecos or self-tappers and suck it down into place. But that's the finished first part. I'm over there laying out the primary area, which is what you saw me rough cutting the leading edge. But this is what our little patch looks like here. Side, just 2 little pieces bent up and had some brakes put in them, MIG welded together. But it fits pretty well up against the original. Looks pretty darn close. This lip up here is going to be where I plug weld this portion of the patch to the other portion of the patch. It'll make a really nice strong joint. We'll be able to seam seal both sides really nice and weather tight. Watch your eyes. Yep. Watch your eyes. Okay, so here we have the right door skin again. I have our patch made up, trimmed, deburred, all the good stuff. I have the door skin trimmed up, deburred, all the good stuff. It's fit onto the structure right now preliminarily, so I can fit up our patch panel and see if it's fitting correctly, if everything lines up, and then I'll look underneath to make sure that it fits the skin really well. It should. It is pretty well exactly what I cut out. So we'll slide it up on here, and we're pretty. I'll have to tighten up that hem seam there a little bit, or that flange. As you can see, it's just a touch larger, but our break is on the right point, so that's good. And I'm over here with my finger. On this side, I have it lined up nicely, and you can see our gap there is very takeable. and I've already looked at it underneath, so I know the patch fits well. So I have it fit up. That's what that looks like, and I will start getting it tacked in and get her welded and metal finished and all that good stuff. Alright, so here we have the right side door skin for the Fairlane. As you saw before, made up this patch, cut out the old stuff from the door skin, had it fit up on the structure, and so I have TIG welded the door skin, you know, whatever, 98% of the way. I left a little chunk over here just because of how I had it clamped onto the door skin. It made it awkward for my torch hand to get at it. I welded it from the other side. This is the back side of what I welded. And so now I'm just going back and stretching out all of the shrinking that came from the heat from the torch. I'll leave it a little bit small because I'm going to throw it on the wheel, the English wheel, and that'll stretch it just a touch depending on how much pressure I put on, and I'll get it straightened back out because, you know, you get some little waves from welding. But it all went pretty smooth, pretty well consistent, nice little pretty good good penetrated welds, so nice and strong. And yeah, just kind of straightening it up and getting her ready to go back on. I'll leave these sides unwelded, the flange or the hem seam, whatever you want to call it, until we have it hemmed back onto the structure. So I'll weld that little part up on this structure.
I don't know what they're going on about. Alright. Very skillful balancing.
Alright, so I'm shrinking up this little area all the way across the door. I planished out right under the weld a little bit too much, so I'm having to shrink it back up. So I've got a couple sandbags down underneath with some wet cloths on them to kind of force the skin up while I heat up this area to shrink it, and the bags underneath will make it shrink up rather than sinking in. So I'm just trying to get it so it's nice and straight across rather than having a belly in it, but it's real close so far. Just got to take time with the stud gun, not overheating it, and work it across until it's nice and flat, and it's darn close.